Hey, business. Business. What's your business? Busyness. We're very busy, very active. Everyone is accomplishing things, getting somewhere, attaining. Busyness. How do you organize your busyness? How do you monetize your busyness? How do you attract and retain customers who can help enhance their busyness through your busyness? There's this park in San Francisco that's called Dolores Park. And it's a strange phenomenon to me because every so often, people are always there. There's always a certain amount of people there. But every so often when the weather is perfect and it's a weekend and the people are taking a break from their busyness, they go to the park, they bring a blanket and a salad and some friends, and they just sit there. They just sit. Some people bring frisbees, some people bring various toys to play with. But it's something that in our world that we have escalated the busyness to such a frantic, frenetic pace. It's very cathartic and pleasing to the soul to see just massive amounts of people. There are thousands of people. They're within 2 feet of each other. There's not even room anymore. And they're just chilling out. They're just sitting and relaxing, enjoying each other's presence. They're taking a break from the busyness. And it's not organized. Some organized events happen there, but people go there and they share each other's energy. You can just go there when the thing is packed full and sit in the middle of it, and you will absorb all of that. You will get a repose, a rest from the frantic busyness of the realm, which always pretends that there's an end goal and accomplishments to be had, whilst at the same time just creating pollution and creating more stuff to consume, more landfill material, more eyesores, more advertisements for more busyness. Because what's your 5-year plan? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Not how do you feel right now. No. Have you ever been asked that in an interview? How do you feel right at this moment? Center yourself. No, it's what's your plans for the future? How do you plan to fill every waking moment with busyness and continue to project out? How do you plan to do that? Where do you see yourself in 70 years? What type of retirement plan do you have? I know you're tired right now, but what are you going to do when you're tired again? When you're retired? Are you ready for that? Are you ready to be tired all over again? Are you ready to vegetate in a nursing home? Because you need $5,000 a month for that. You better be ready for it. And if you're not ready for it, well, your kids are going to pay for that. So they need to put in extra times of busyness in order to finance your poor self sitting old and tired watching reruns of soap operas and being stuffed full of pharmaceuticals. So they can sit there with a somewhat easy conscience because they don't want to have to deal with your ass. So are you planning for that? Have you put in enough busyness to create enough fiat currency to justify you being able to vegetate and die slowly, being pumped full of pharmaceuticals? Are you ready for that? Have you put in the requisite work for that? It requires busyness. You can't just sit. You can't just sit and be still. You can't just find inner peace. Because you're not accomplishing anything. What are you doing? You're just sitting there. You're a blight on humanity. You're a bad example. You must be busy. And we don't really care, exactly what you're producing there. We just want you to be doing something within the set parameters. So long as you're making these motions, we'll leave you alone. But if you sit and if you stop producing money, there's going to be a problem. And you're not going to have enough fiat currency to justify your vegetation in a rest home come the proper time. So you better get busy right now. And you better start investing in life insurance. Better buy that casket. Get the ducks in order. But most of all, just make sure you're busy. Be busy. Be doing things. Be accomplishing things. Be fixing things. Be planning for things. Go, 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 go. Go, go, gadget. Get the latest gadget. Get the latest iPhone. The iPhone X is very promising. You know why? Because it doesn't have a home button anymore. And it's not going to read your fingerprint anymore. It's going to take in a bit of your DNA every time you touch the screen, and it's going to identify you that way. Which is just a precursor to you getting your RFID implanted directly into you, which is just a precursor to your entire body identifying with your given number. And then cash will go away. And then we will be able to assure that every action that you're doing is within the set appropriate actions. Every thought is within the set appropriate thoughts. You are not to color outside of the lines. No coloring outside the lines. It's not the prettiest of pictures. It's not. But when we stop inputting our own heart, soul, creative energy into our lives in every aspect, in every moment, that's what comes out. Consumerism. Safety, security, retirement, rest home vegetation. And it's not the garden variety vegetation. The garden variety vegetation where you get fresh squash, fresh spinach, fresh blackberries. No, it's the mental, soul level vegetation where you go to die. And you are serving something with that action. It's just not yourself. That's a necessary piece, though. It's a necessary component because the ego mind doesn't ever rest. It doesn't ever stop. And it doesn't ever achieve anything. It's only capable of projection. And when ego mind first confronts the inner stillness or silence that is the true reality, the pregnant void, prior to manifestation, it gets quite uncomfortable because it knows that it can't be busy there. How can it be busy in something that's perfectly whole already? Perfectly complete? What's there to do? Like, how do I fix this? How do I fix something that's not broken? Says the mind. So we'll take this perfect whole, we'll create a mental image of it that's not whole, that has issues and flaws and insecurities, and then the mind will get busy because now it has something to do. Whereas before it felt unnecessary, and it was unnecessary. I was talking with Robbie last night about our situation here, and he always says, you know, we forget that there are other channels, there are other shows going on, entire different shows than this one, complete new rule set, complete new feeling spectrum, complete new everything. No, very little, if any, relation to this. Maybe connected by a hair strand. But he says when you go there, you are that. He says there's a force that wants everyone to be watching Channel 2. There are many, many, many channels. But this force, this gravity, pulls us back to Channel 2, which is this. Where the feelings have been dulled, the senses have been dulled, there's disharmony everywhere. There's a lot of frantic action, a lot of rat racing. That's what we need to look at. What is this force that wants us to watch Channel 2 exclusively? And why? And do we want to watch Channel 2 exclusively? Is that serving the whole? WHOLE. the HOLE. The one that sucks, eats everything, gives nothing. Which hole are you serving? So if you can give yourself moments Tobias has a good method, and that method is one full conscious breath. Just one. Feel the air over your lips as you're breathing it in. Feel your lungs expand. Feel the air come out. And then you're here with one breath. It doesn't require planning. Do that as often as you can remember it. Because the needle always wants to fly over here. And you gotta remember to push it back to center, to wholeness and balance. Because in channel 2, the needle doesn't want to be there really. So that's why we develop methods, that's why we do chanting, that's why we do spiritual healing, spiritual practices, holistic practices. Because those techniques and tools help us just to center, to find the moment, to find the present. Your projections are very subtle, and you slip off out of the present into the projections so easily. So easily. A lot of times I don't give enough credit to that phenomenon. I was telling somebody that if we had a screen up here in the top left corner, and just when thoughts come in, when projections come in, they get typed out, to where this subconscious projection system became more in your face, then you wouldn't slip so easily into it. Then it would be like, okay, I see some typing going on up there, I see some words appearing, but I can let those be there, I can let those sit there, and I stay here. And then those become an option to whether or not to look at them. And you don't get sucked into that subtlety as easily. Whereas with how it is now, it's entirely invisible to us, but it's very powerful. Be well, people. Take care. Call your mother, tell her you love her.